Absolutely. And thank you so much for the time to give us some more insight on the album. Congrats on all the fun things.
Great questions, by the way. You really came at me with some great questions.
You're the best. I mean, you have to.
You crushed it.
It's Taylor Swift. We have to do it.
Taylor, hello.
How are you?
So good. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. It's great to talk.
Taylor Swift gets candid on Radio 2, talks the life of a showgirl, Travis Kelce, and wedding dreams. Taylor Swift's recent sit-down with Scott Mills on BBC Radio 2's Breakfast Show had everything. Laughs, love, and a few, did she really just say that? Moments. The October 6th interview came just after the release of her 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl, and fittingly on Travis Kelce's 36th birthday. Cue the universe working overtime for Tavis. A birthday, a drawing, and a slightly jealous Travis. It all started lightheartedly when Scott brought up Jason Kelce's daughter, Wyatt. "She's an angel," Taylor gushed. But when asked if there was a story behind that angelic face, Taylor playfully admitted, "I can't give more details, but it kind of pissed him off." Turns out Wyatt had drawn Taylor a sweet little birthday picture for Travis, and apparently the NFL star got just a bit territorial. Taylor laughed it off, saying it was all in good fun. On what truly connects her and Travis. Then came the emotional part, Taylor opening up about what makes their relationship click. "I love the person that I'm with because he loves what I do, and he loves that I'm fulfilled by making art and making music. That's the coolest thing about Travis. He's so passionate about what he does, and that connects us." She added that there's never been a moment where he's made her feel guilty for chasing her passion. There's no point where he's like, "I'm upset you're still making music." We just get it. The wedding talk. No planner, just pure love. When Scott asked about wedding plans, Taylor got adorably real. "We're not hiring a wedding planner. I think right now I'm just really stoked about the idea that I get to marry this person. I'll think about that, then put out the album, and then think about other things after that." That's right. No giant entourage, no chaotic spreadsheets, just Taylor, a vision board, and a ring she clearly loves. The Swift-Kelce similarities. Scott noted how supportive they are of each other, and Taylor couldn't help but highlight their surprising professional overlap. "We both perform for 3.5 hours in NFL stadiums, me on tour, him on the field. For him, it's practice and games. For me, it's rehearsals and shows. Same place, different energy." She laughed, adding, "We both have teams, we're both competitive, but in fun ways. We just love what we do." From tortured poets to showgirl. Taylor also reflected on how her new album mirrors her current state of mind, a welcome contrast from her emotionally heavier era. "It's nice that I'm in a similar space now as when I wrote it. With the last record, I was miserable when I wrote it, but so happy when I released it. This time it feels aligned." And finally, that wedding versus the Eras Tour question. Scott ended with the question every Swiftie secretly wanted to ask. Which has the bigger production, the Eras Tour or your wedding? Taylor laughed, dodging the comparison like a pro. "You know what? I'm doing one thing at a time. Right now, it's this album, then we'll see." But yeah, that's a whole thing. And that's Taylor Swift for you. Balancing stadium tours, love stories, and life chapters with poise, humor, and a sparkle only she can pull off. Between the life of a showgirl, her engagement to Travis Kelce, and her famously tight-knit circle of friends, Taylor didn't hold back. "Don't tell me this is your last album." At one point, Scott teased what every fan has been whispering online. "Taylor, don't tell me this is your last album." Taylor's reaction? Instant disbelief and laughter. What? No. I've seen those comments, people saying, "She's getting married, she'll have kids, and this will be her last album." That's a shockingly offensive thing to say. She doubled down, smiling but serious. "That's not why people get married, to quit their job. Music isn't something I do because I have to. It's something I'll always do." I think the fans were just panicking. On Travis Kelce and the power couple connection. When asked what connects her and Travis, Taylor's answer was pure heart. "I love the person I'm with because he loves what I do, and he loves that I'm fulfilled by making art and music. The coolest thing about Travis is that he's so passionate about what he does. That connects us." Scott agreed completely, saying it's rare to see two people so aligned. Taylor laughed. "There's no world where he's like, 'I'm upset you're still making music.' That's the thing, we support each other completely. Same stadiums, different shows. Taylor also revealed a sweet parallel between their careers. We both perform for 3.5 hours in NFL stadiums, me on stage, him on the field. For him, it's practice and games. For me, it's rehearsal and shows. Same building, different world. Scott was stunned. I never thought about that. Taylor smiled. We both have teams. We're both competitive, but in fun ways. We just love it. Homemade bread, cats, and gratitude. Before wrapping, Scott handed Taylor a loaf of homemade bread. Yes, really. She couldn't stop smiling. Thank you so much. I'm so pleased with it. Can you tell? Scott joked that she was hugging it, and Taylor laughed, calling it the sweetest gesture ever. Keeping secrets like a pro. Then came the behind-the-scenes bombshell, how Taylor managed to keep an entire album secret while touring the world. She said, "My friends don't rat," she said proudly. "They do not rat." Scott burst out laughing, and Taylor explained, "You can tell by the amount of stories about me that are absolutely not true. My friends knew about this record a year ago. They knew everything. They just don't snitch." She revealed even her label didn't know about The Life of a Showgirl until it was completely finished. We'd already shot the art, finished everything, then we told them. We like to surprise them. It's fun. The secret codes and Easter eggs. Scott couldn't resist asking if there were disguises and secret code names involved. Taylor grinned. "Oh, we do all of it, everything. But if I told you, it wouldn't be a secret anymore." She explained how she loves the mystery, not just for secrecy, but for storytelling. "I want my music to surprise fans. I love hiding little things for them to find. But if you don't like Easter eggs, you don't have to. You don't need to do math. But if you want to, it's there." Then she dropped a Swiftie detail that had fans losing it. If you line up all the song titles in the center, it forms the shape of the Eras Tour stage. Scott's jaw dropped. "I love it." Taylor smiled proudly. "I was so happy when they figured that one out. Like, yes!" They are everywhere. As the chat wrapped, Scott noted how wild some fan theories get. Taylor nodded knowingly. "Oh my god, they're everywhere. Some of them are so weird, like absolutely no basis in reality, but it's kind of adorable." And with that, she thanked Scott, hugged her bread, and left fans with what they love most. Just enough truth to fuel a million theories. But beyond the color theories, she got real about the energy that night. My God, they were phenomenal. I'll never forget that crowd. It was a Tuesday night and they were lit. I didn't expect that level of energy. They were on another planet. I've got to go back. We're both obsessed with our Notes app. The two then bonded over their shared habit of constantly jotting things down. Scott admitted, "I use my Notes app for interview questions and ideas all the time." Taylor laughed, "That's awesome. Same. Mine's full of lyrics, half sentences, and random lines that don't make sense until they suddenly do." Taylor Swift, Secret Agent Edition. Then came Scott's 3 a.m. questions, inspired by Gloria Estefan being asked to join the CIA. "Taylor, have you ever been asked to be a spy? You'd be perfect for it. You already keep more secrets than the Pentagon." Taylor didn't miss a beat. "Yeah, but that's classified, unfortunately." When asked what she'd be best at, she grinned, "Definitely entering and exiting buildings without being seen. Just roll me into a garbage can. I'll make it work. Honestly, I could fit in a purse." Scott was in stitches, calling her too good at this. Taylor shrugged playfully, "Sometimes I just can't deal with the chaos. So yeah, I'm digging tunnels under every building I go into, airlifting through skylights, whatever works." On warning friends and the Elizabeth Taylor estate before dropping their names. Scott then moved on to songwriting, specifically whether Taylor gives people a heads up when she mentions them in songs. "Do you warn people when you mention them in songs?" Taylor nodded. "Yeah, if they're real people, yeah. Like with Elizabeth Taylor, we reached out to her family and estate. They were so lovely about it." She added with a smile, "And with my best friend Abigail, she's been in songs before, like 15. I gave her a call about the line in Ruin the Friendship. It says, Abigail called me with the bad news, so I was like, okay, heads up." Taylor laughed, noting how, with such a massive fan base, even a random lyric can send the internet into detective mode. Did you warn the Black Dog Pub they might get a few calls? Taylor cracked up. No, I did not. And no one even knows what I'm talking about in that song. They think they do, but they have no idea. On her secret album and the big Showgirl reveal, finally, they talked about The Life of a Showgirl, the top secret album Taylor somehow recorded while touring globally. So you'd play 3-hour shows, fly to Sweden, record an album, and no one leaked a thing? Taylor nodded proudly. Yeah, my friends don't rat. They just don't. They all heard the album a year ago and kept it quiet. I have an amazing circle. It took a while to get there. I directed it, I wrote it, and it's big and glitzy. She also shared details about the upcoming fan premiere of her new music video. It's called The Life of a Showgirl. It's really big and glitzy, and it follows a day in the life of a showgirl across different time periods. I wrote it, directed it, and I can't wait for fans to see the behind the scenes of how we made it. On filming in total secrecy. When asked how she manages to film music videos without leaking a single note, Taylor broke it down. We use a click track, just a metronome sound, so no one actually hears the song. Everyone's performing to click, click, click. It's wild. Still, a few trusted people were allowed to hear it. Everyone who worked with me on the Eras tour, some dancers, a few team members, they heard it. I had a couple of dancers doing backing vocals, so they had to learn the harmony. It was really fun. I'm always building worlds. By the end of the chat, Scott was still scribbling in his notes app, Taylor was beaming, and fans were left with a familiar reminder. For her, creativity never stops. Whether I'm on stage, underground, or disguised as a garbage can, I'm always building something. Taylor Swift on baking, touring, and the magic behind the life of a showgirl. Scott: So, how's the baking going these days? Taylor: Oh, it's thriving. I actually saw you had Zoe Kravitz on your show, and she mentioned the bread. Scott: She did. She said you sent her some. Taylor: Yeah, I did, and you were so sweet about it, so I brought you something too. No way!
Blueberry lemon sourdough. I saw the look on your face when Zoe told you about it. You were so impressed, so here you go. It even has cat stickers on it. Picked those just for you.
This is incredible. Thank you.
Of course. Zoe's one of those people who's effortlessly cool about everything. She's like, yeah, Taylor dropped off bread, no big deal. But I love how genuinely excited you were about it. It made my baker heart happy.
So is sourdough your signature?
Definitely. But fair warning, once I start talking about bread, it's hard to get me to stop.
But that's okay, go for it.
Well, sourdough is actually amazing for people who are usually gluten-free because the fermentation breaks down enzymes and carbs. It's kind of magical, actually. But okay, I'll stop myself now before this becomes a TED Talk on bread.
I love that.
Honestly, baking and cooking are my happy places. During the Eras tour, I barely had time to lift my arms, let alone bake. So now it's like, finally, I can make bread again.
Taylor on creating the life of a showgirl. Well, speaking of incredible things, the life of a showgirl. I just listened to it and I'm blown away.
Thank you so much. That means everything.
I'm serious. It's spectacular. I have this gut feeling you're about to break every record known to man.
All of them?
Since time began.
That's wild. But, I mean, how fun would that be? Even if just one record got broken, I'd be thrilled.
So why the life of a showgirl? It's got glitz, glamour, sparkle. Was it inspired by the Eras tour?
Absolutely. That tour had this electric energy. I wrote most of the album while on the road, literally bouncing between stadiums and Sweden. I'd do 3 shows, hop on a plane to record with Max Martin and Shellback, and then fly right back to perform again.
Sounds exhausting.
It was, but it also kept me alive. I was so creatively charged that it fueled me through the physical exhaustion.
That show was intense.
3.5 hours. Every night felt like surviving an emotional marathon. I'd collapse into bed just thinking, we did it again.
Honestly, it was the most impressive concert I've ever seen.
Thank you. That means the world.
And then you're off the next day to work with Max in Stockholm.
Exactly. It was lightning in a bottle. Working with Max and Shellback again after all these years, since Reputation actually, was like coming full circle. Back then, we were the students and he was the mentor. But this time, it felt like we'd all evolved. A triangle of equals, all chasing the same creative spark.